We visited Fort Point National Historic Site in San Francisco, California on October the 1st, 2022. If you would like to get notices when I post again, be sure to subscribe right here. Just click on that button. This site is located on 29 acres in the San Francisco Bay. It was built in 1881 and used from the Civil War to World War II. It's actually underneath the Golden Gate Bridge now, and it became a National Historical Site on October the 16th, 1970. The Port of San Francisco was so important that they built a Civil War fort here to protect it from attacks. As you can see, currently it's located actually under the Golden Gate Bridge, but it was actually here many years before the Golden Gate Bridge was built. It isn't open quite yet, so we're going to look around some. Over there, that's Alcatraz. We'll be over there in a couple of days. We see many cormorants swimming around out in the water and flying along. And there are hundreds of brown pelicans flying around under the bridge. While we are looking, a container ship is coming into port, and we can watch it pass under the Golden Gate Bridge. As we look at the outside of the fort, we see that it had gun ports that it could shoot through, and these were used to close those gun ports. There was a fort here by the Spanish in 1795, and one of those 6 cannons that still exist today of that fort is found here. Forts have been in this area for over 200 years, and this is just one of them. Their overlapping fire protected the bay. Even Alcatraz was a fort to begin with. The land side of the fort was mainly for office buildings and housing, and it's where the main gate is. The rest of it was used for cannons to protect the bay. Now it's about time for us to head through the gate into the fort. Notice the 2 gates, one outside, one inside, with ports on each side to fire into that area to protect it. Here you can see how they stood to fire in. There's been different lighthouses here for about 100 years. And these are where the 4 stairways are, one under the lighthouse and 2 on each end. They look like this. The stairs were circular. At various times, various types of cannons were used here. They were on mounts like this so they could fire out over the ocean. And we see some of those samples here. Here you can see how they would have fired the cannons during the Civil War. They were used to bounce on the water so they didn't have to hit the ship directly. And this is a comparison of modern and old ammunition. Mortars were also in this area. These are some pictures from 1867, right after it was built during the Civil War. In the Army song, it says caissons go rolling along. Well, what is a caisson? Well, a caisson was part of a unit that would be using a cannon. It held the ammunition at the end, then came the gun, then came the limber, and it was attached to 6 horses that pulled the whole assembly. And this brings us to the end of this video.